Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, our team member will present about the sorting algorithm. I will introduce my team member. First, Ammar Raziq bin Abdul Aziz. Second, Hamdan Syakirin bin Muhammad Amir. Third is me, Amirul Mukminin bin Hairul Amri. Fourth is Muhammad Fikri bin Muhammad Sabri. Next, bubble sort. What does a bubble sort do? Bubble sort is a basic algorithm for arranging the string of number or other element in the correct order. The method works by examining each set of adjacent elements in the string from left to right, switching their position if they are out of order. What is a bubble sort? Explain with example. Bubble sort is the simplest sorting algorithm that works by repeatedly swapping the adjacent element if they are in a wrong order. Example, first pass, 51428, 15428. Here, algorithm compare the first two elements and swap since 5 is larger than 1. Next. Which is better, insertion or bubble sort? Well, bubble sort is better than insertion sort, only when someone is looking for the top k element from a large list of number. In a bubble sort, after k iteration, you will get the top k element. However, after k iteration in insertion sort, it only ensures that those k elements are sorted. How can you increase the efficiency of a bubble sort? A better version of a bubble sort, known as a modified bubble sort, include a flag that is set if an exchange is made after the entire pass over the array. If no exchange is made, then it should be clear the array is already in order because no two elements need to be switched. In that case, the sort should end. Next, the selection sort. Selection sort is a sorting algorithm that finds the minimum value in the array for each iteration of the loop. Then, this minimum value is swapped with the current array element. This procedure is followed until the array is sorted. What is meant by the selection definition? A sort algorithm then repeatedly searching remaining item to find the least one and move it to its final location. The runtime is n2 square, whereas the number of element, the number of swap is O(n). Next, what is selection sort with example? Selection sort is a simple sorting algorithm. The sorting algorithm is in place comparison-based algorithm in which list in the divide into two parts. The sort part at the left and the unsort part at the right end. Initially, the sort part is empty and the unsort part is the entire list. What is the selection sort and insertion sort? The difference is in the inner loop doors. In selection sort, the inner loop is over the unsorted element. Each pass select one element and move it to final location. At the current end of the sort region, in insertion sort, each pass of the inner loop iteration over the sort element. Okay, I will continue with Hamdan.
Okay, I will continue the next slide. What is the use of selection sort? Selection sort can be good at checking if everything is already sorted. It is also good to use when memory space is limited. This is because, unlike other sorting algorithms, selection sort doesn't go around swapping things until the very end, resulting in less temporary storage space used. Why it is called selection sort? It is called selection sort because it repeatedly selects the next smallest element and swaps it into the place. How do you write a selection sort? Selection sort algorithm. First, get a list of unsorted numbers. Second, set a marker for the unsorted section at the front of the list. Third, repeat step 4 to 6 until one number remain in the unsorted section. Fourth, Compare all unsorted number in order to select the smallest one. Fifth, swap this number with the first number in the unsorted section. Is selection sort slow? Slow. Selection sort takes O n 2 O n power of 2 O n 2 time. Even if the input is already sorted, that's too low to be used on super big data set. Insertion sort. Insertion sort is a simple sorting algorithm that builds the final sorted array, which means or list one item at a time. It is much less efficient on large lists than more advanced algorithms such as quicksort, heap sort, or merge sort. How does insertion sort work? Insertion sort is the sorting mechanism where the sorted array is built having one item at a time. The array elements are compared with each other sequentially and rearranged simultaneously in some particular order. What is insertion sort? With example. For example, the lower part of an array is maintained to be sorted. An element which is to be inserted in this sorted sublist has to find its appropriate place and then it has to be inserted there. Hence the name insertion sort. Next, I will pass to Ammar Raziq.
Sorry.
Fikri.
Or I will pass to Fikri Sabri. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Fikri bin Muhammad Sabri. I would like to present on why is insertion sort better. Insertion sort better is faster for small and because quick sort has extra overhead from the recursive function cost. Insertion sort is also more stable than quick sort and requires less memory. Why insertion sort is better than selection sort? Among both of the sorting algorithm, the insertion sort is fast, efficient, stable, while the selection sort only works efficiently when the small set of elements is dwarf or the list is partially previously sorted. Next. What is insertion sort used for? Insertion sort is a sorting algorithm that builds a final sort array, sometimes called a list, one element at a time. While sorting is a simple concept, it is basic principle used in complex computer programs such as file search, data compression, and path finding. How insertion sort is more efficient than bubble sort? Base case complexity is of O n while the array is already sorted. Number of swaps reduced than bubble sort. For smaller values of n, insertion sort perform efficiently like other quadratic sorting algorithms. Additive total number of steps is reduced for partially sorted array. Next. As we can see, this is example sort a list of elements using insertion sort. Next. I would like to explain the example insertion sort in array. As we can see at number 1, let's dive right in we're giving in this array and we want it sort in increasing order. Number 2, we can see that the step of insertion sort in array. Here, what we're going to do, we start at the left and work our way to the right. And then examine each item and comparing it to the item on its left. Number 3, insert the item in the correct position in the array. You notice that part of our array will be sorted as we progress. We'll mark those items with the green background. Next. At the number 3, we start it. Of course, there are no items to the left, so we mark it as sort. As we can see at the number 4, moving on to 8, we compare it to 2 and leave it where it is. Our first 2 items are now sort. And we can see at the number 5, we have 5, which we can see is out of place. Next. And at the number 6, our first 3 items are now sort on. As we can see at the number 7, 2, 3 again, it's out of place. Next, we swap it with 8 and 5 until it's in the correct position. And at the number 9, we can see that the number of 2, 3, 5 is sorted. Next. Number 10, we add our 5th item, 9, and I'm sure you can see that it is the correct spot. Number 11, let's move to 4 and insert it in the correct place in the array. And number 12, that's it. We're done insertion. Sort is one of the most straightforward sorting algorithm for your reference. Now I will pass the slide to the Ammar Raziq. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I will explain our coding for this assignment. First, we use the template one using for implementation. We use the code insertion sort, mean the function for insertion sort in public, and for the private we use the compare exchange and greater. You can see the template of insertion sort. Next, and compare exchange greater in one template. Okay, next. For the main CPP, we use iOS stream and string.hash because one of our template function we will use in string string.hash. Okay, for our coding, we already inside the number and the name of student. For your information, the number in paragraph after int main not ready in sort. So after being using the coding, it will be installed after that. And same the number, same the name, like Ammar, Hamdan, Fikri, Aziz, Rifki, Amirul, Zul, Kayo, Azri, and Hafiz. Okay, we will go to the result. Next. As you can see, 3 last metric number before solve. The number is totally not ascending. After solve, the number will ascending and solve. Same with the name. Name will be follow the upper alphabet. And before solve, Ammar, Hamdan, Fikri. After solve, it will be Amirul, Ammar, Aziz. The word of A will be solved first. And the final, I make the coding will be list like the name student with metric number first. B102 Hafiz mean the metric number will be follow increasing. That's all for our presentation for this subject. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.